Hello everyone, welcome. Okay, so today's presentation will be on crystals and autoimmune diseases and how crystals can help you with your autoimmune condition healing. This is just another tool in your holistic toolbox, okay? So we will be discussing some of the most common autoimmune conditions and what crystals can help and how they help and how to use them. So let's move forward. First, I just wanted to let you know that I am not a doctor. Of course, I cannot prescribe or diagnose, and I cannot treat any diseases. This information is for you for your own consideration. I really welcome you to do your own research and see if this is actually going to help you, how you can use it. Always, always, always do your own research. And before you make any changes to your routine, talk to your doctor. Okay, so the biggest piece of information I want to share with you is that crystals in and of itself do not heal, okay? If they did, we would have just a bunch of crystal shops instead of pharmacy shops, and everybody will be running around with big crystals around their necks, and no one will have diseases, of course. So what crystals actually do, and why I use them in my own holistic healing practice? Crystals support changes depending on your intention. It is your intention that actually drives anything in your life. So when it comes to healing, when you have an intention to see the things that you do not see that are still standing in your way to healing, when you have an intention to change, when you have an intention to be with the emotions that are underlying core issues behind your diseases, okay? Crystals can help you. There are little helpers. Imagine them like friends that are going to have your back and going to support the changes as you make them in your life. Yes, crystals do have their own vibration and they can support you that way, but they will not change anything in your body. There's a rule of free will here, right? So if a problem is actually serving you, crystals will not override your unconditional and intention to keep the problem, to keep you safe. This is done on a very unconscious level. So crystals will not override that. But if you have an intention to heal, they can, of course, help you and support you. So what is actually very useful here in the crystal healing is one. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. Each problem has an emotional component to it. Each problem will have an emotional trauma behind it. Something happened that made you feel very unsafe. And now this emotion is alive in you, keeping the problem in. And until you become aware of what the problem is, how it's keeping you safe, and use your own intention and focus to resolve the core issue, core emotion, you will not be able to move forward. So that needs to happen first. And this is what I do in my practice, emotional trauma release. So this needs to happen first. And in order for you to do that, you can use crystals to help you move through some of these emotions, okay? So what is it that I am talking about when it comes to emotions? Each and every disease that we have, every problem, every ailment is an end product of a very long chain of events. And when we dig deeper, we're able to discover some of the main emotional issues that are at the core of the problem. In general, I'm going to present some most common emotions behind the disease, Pay attention if this is something that is showing up in your life, or maybe this is an emotion that you feel whenever you are connecting with your problem and how the disease is making you feel, okay? This does not have to apply to each and every person out there. We are all different. We have different predispositions. But in general, these are the emotions that are linked to the problems that I will be talking about, the diseases, the disorder, the conditions that are part of this presentation, okay? So in general, what are autoimmune diseases and what emotions are behind them? People who have autoimmune conditions, they usually feel that they cannot trust their own judgment. They are stuck in the defense mode, the fight or flight mode in our body. We feel under attack and criticized, and that is leading to frustration. We're seeing red flags everywhere. We live in fear and we are hyper vigilant. We are peacekeepers and we internalize anger, and that is leading to defensiveness. And we also have chronically inflamed thinking. All of these emotions in the body, when they're combined, they feel like we are attacking ourselves. We are not choosing to do that. This is not something that we consciously are doing, but this is how the condition of autoimmune disease feels in the body when we actually pay attention to it and track it down. So what can help with this condition? What crystals can support us as we are healing, consciously healing this emotional states? So for the emotion of anger, the crystal of holite is very, very helpful. For our pore boundaries, we use black tourmaline. And for the emotion of distrust, I usually use sodalite in my practice. Going deeper and talking in detail about some of the autoimmune conditions, we're going to start with the Addison's disease and how it feels in the body. It basically is defeatism. We are feeling defeated and giving up, constant anxiety leading to numbing out. We have this constant anxiety. We also feel anger, especially at the self, and we are stopping self-care, and that is leading to emotional malnutrition. So what can help with this condition? For the feeling of being depleted, ruby can really help. For fatigue, carnelian is really helpful. And for the feeling of being unsupported, jasper is another crystal that can really, really help. Alopecia. This one, when we dig deeper and see how it feels in our body, it feels like helplessness. We feel manipulated, and that is leading to feeling of distrust. We feel the helplessness and powerlessness. We feel under control. That is leading to drawing power from anger. There's a lot of fear and tension. Crystals that can help with these emotions. So for distrust, I would really advise you to use the most agate. For the emotion of powerlessness, 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐥𝐬. And for the feeling of being defeated, kunzite is very helpful. Celiac disease. The underlying emotion is disempowerment. We feel suppressed and intimidated, disempowered, and that is leading to feeling of hopelessness. We also have difficulty absorbing and assimilating life. What can really help with these emotions? For the feeling of oppression, dioptase is a really good one. For the feeling of despair, pink tourmaline. And feeling blocked in life, citrine is an amazing crystal you can use. Chronic fatigue syndrome is basically an emotion of depletion. We feel disinterest and passionless. We feel resistance to change and thus feeling stuck in life. We also feel depleted and bored by life. So what can really help with these emotions, and how can you support as you change? For the emotion of depletion, I recommend the citrine. For apathy, red jasper is really helpful. And for the aloofness, aventurine is a really good crystal. Crohn's disease feels like unforgiveness. We are holding on to the past hurts and we are unforgiving. We feel insecure and that is leading to worry and fears. We feel suppressed by family and we are questioning our worth. So what can really help with these emotions? For the emotion of suppression, I recommended the bloodstone. For distrust, again, most agate. And for the feeling of despair, rose quartz can be really, really helpful. Dermatitis is basically frustration. We feel threatened and that is leading to fear and aggression. We feel overwhelmed and that is leading to the frustration. We feel irritated by our environment and we are taking problems of other people onto ourselves. To help ourselves heal from these emotions as we are clearing them, to support ourselves, use carnelian for the aggression, agate for feelings of being controlled, and amethyst for the feeling of being burdened. Endometriosis. When we look down at what is at the core of this condition, there's unexpressed creativity. We are nursing past hurts. We are feeling attacked and insecure. We fear of speaking up and we suppress the creative flow in our life. And we are also denying our femaleness. To help us heal from these emotions as we are clearing them and we are completing them, lapis lazuli can really help with our fear of speaking up. For the sexual trauma, green tourmaline can really, really help. And for blocked communication, I would advise you to use amethyst to support you. Graves' disease, the disease of the thyroid, it feels like an abandonment. We feel powerless and we are drawing power from anger. We feel this rage as being treated unfairly. And there is also an emotion of shock of being forgotten. To support your healing, use amethyst for anger. And for feeling wounded, rose quartz can really help. And for the emotion of abandonment, carnelian is really helpful. Hashimoto's, and this is the condition that I have and Hashimoto's really started my healing, holistic healing journey and really paying attention to what's at the core. And humiliation is linking all Hashimoto sufferers. So if you really go down to the core emotion of it, you might feel humiliation more often than not. You probably feel stifled by humiliation. You feel disempowered and you want to give up. The past injustice made you feel hopeless and depleted. You really have to pay attention to that. What injustice made you feel like this? You feel like you cannot get what you want, and that is leading to the victim mentality. So what can help? For the emotion of injustice, rose quartz can be helpful. For feeling stuck in life, use the blue topaz. And if you are holding your voice, there's a fear of speaking up, sodalite can be helpful. Another condition that is very common, it's a very painful condition, interstitial cystitis. This is basically an emotion of rage. You feel pissed off, and that is leading to the need of revenge. You feel powerless, and that is leading to anger. You're blaming others, especially your ex-lovers. Always look at the time where the condition started and how were you feeling a year or two right before the condition started. What was the emotional flavor of your life back then? Was it rage? What can help with these emotions as you heal, as you pay attention to them and you are completing the emotional trauma? For blaming others, use carnelian. For the need to revenge, amber can be very helpful. And for the emotion of rage, smoky quartz is really helpful. Multiple sclerosis is basically inflamed communication. And when we look down at the emotion that make us feel like this, we can find that we feel unprotected and helpless. We also feel burdened and depleted by communication, especially people close to us. We feel burdened and wanting to give up. There's this emotion of, I am done. So what can help you as you are moving through this condition? For blocked communication, I really recommend chalcedony. For giving up, needing to give up, you are done. Use clear quartz. And for the emotion of helplessness, green aventurine can be really helpful. Psoriasis, this basically feels like you are being punished. You feel irritated and feeling controlled, feeling attacked and punished. And you also have this fear of being hurt. If you would like to support yourself as you are healing these emotions, for the emotion of feeling uncontrolled, use shungite. If you're feeling hurt, aquamarine is a really good one to use. And for fear in general, use clear quartz. RA, rheumatoid arthritis. This in the body feels like you are being dominated. You feel controlled by criticism and manipulation. You fear saying no. You have very poor personal boundaries. And you also are feeling dominated and overburdened by responsibilities. To help yourself and support yourself as you move on, for poor boundaries, use garnet. For the feeling of being oppressed, you can use the blue lace agate, very beautiful stone. And for the emotion of being trapped, tangerine is a very good one. Diamond can also be very, very helpful with this emotion. Lupus. This condition is basically feeling and being abused in life. And really look at your family tree and what was happening with your parents and your family DNA lineage. Is there a deep history of abuse? This is a very, very deep, deep condition. If you have it, we can find some common emotions at the core of it. Feeling traumatized by past abuse, feeling devalued and rejected. You feel anger and you want to blame others. And you want to give up, and you feel like a victim. This is a very, very sad and deep, almost condition that freezes you in time. So if you have this condition and you want to move on, you want to heal, you want to complete the emotional trauma, to support you, to support your courage to look at these emotions. For the emotion of feeling traumatized, amethyst can be very helpful. If you are stuck in victimhood, I recommend the moonstone. And for the emotion of rejection, clear quartz can be helpful. This can be your good friend. Vitiligo. When we look at this emotion, there is a separation trauma somewhere at the core of this condition. Look at the emotions of feeling endangered by separation. Also feeling guilty and ashamed, threatened and endangered. Is there a feeling of not belonging? Have you felt like this before the condition surfaced? And also always look at your family tree. Could these emotions be the emotions your parents felt, maybe your grandparents? And I invite you to investigate and really pay attention to how the condition itself is making you feel. If you find yourself feeling separated, use labradorite. If you have fear, aventurine can be very helpful. And if you're feeling isolated, use citrine to support you as you are healing these emotions. So what you are probably hearing and seeing as I am presenting is that a lot of these stones can be used for different conditions. We have citrine showing up a lot. Amethyst is another very good healing stone in general that you can use. Aventurine, carnelian is awesome. Rose quartz, very good stone, and a clear quartz. So if you have these stones in your collection of stones, and maybe you are looking to buy or acquire some basic stones that can really support you for your autoimmune condition healing, look for these. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about these stones and how they can help you. Carnelian, it's a beautiful reddish, brownish, a little bit orange stone. It is not see-through, it's opaque, so you will be also able to see some of the veins and how the stone was formed. You see lines and layers. Carnelian is very good for emotional warmth. It's a stone of sociability, creativity, and individuality. It can help you with memory and appreciation of nature. It invites harmony, courage, happiness, and self-esteem into your life. Moss agate, beautiful green stone with a little bit of gray and maybe blue. To me, it reminds me of the forest floor. And this beautiful stone is a stone of congeniality, compatibility, and healing. It helps with restoration and creativity and confidence, and invites strengths, and it's used for development of new friendships. Citrine. This one is very, very happy. It's a very happy stone. Look at the beautiful yellow hue of citrine. It is a stone of happiness, generosity, and creativity. It can also invite pleasure into your life and strength. It can help boost confidence. It is a stone of stability and also moderation, and invites energy and joy into your life. It looks just like sun. And that sunshine and that joy of sunshine and energy it gives into you. It's a stone of comfort and also warmth. It helps digestion, assimilation, and helps you enjoy life. Aventurine, beautiful green stone, very, very calming when you look at it. It helps creativity. It helps with imagination. It helps with feeling of independence and invites calmness. It can heal depression and invites balance into your life. It supports healing circulation and supports healing of feeling defeated. Rose quartz, one of the most popular stones out there, beautiful pink color. This is a stone of unconditional love, self-love, and mother love. It is a stone of caring and invites kindness and friendship into your life, and invites romantic love and also platonic love. Basically, it's a stone of love. Amethyst is another very popular stone. This is a stone of nobility, spiritual awareness, and psychic abilities. It can invite inner peace and healing of the body, mind, and the soul. It feels, when you hold it in your hand, like a spa, like a day in a spa, very, very calming. It supports meditation and balance. It's a stress reliever and also supports communication. Clear quartz is one of those stones that you can go directly to support any condition. It's a very, very good overall healing stone and invites harmony, energy, healing, clarity, and calmness into your life. So these are some of the basic stones, crystals that you can start collecting, acquiring, thinking about, looking at, and using them in your holistic healing practice, remembering that this is your intention that drives the healing, not the stone itself. Okay? I would like to offer you a crystal healing session with me. I am a certified crystal healer, and I have been using the crystal healing properties in my own practice and in my own toolbox for several years. So I am offering a 30-minute healing session, and you will receive a remote crystal healing and guided meditation designed specifically and uniquely for you. I am going to be connecting with you via phone call or video call, and I will guide you every step of the way, what you need to do with the stones. And this is a very good session to support relaxation, to support receiving healing, and depending on your intention, this can be a great addition to our healing sessions when we are doing metaphysical anatomy, emotional trauma release. These sessions are fantastic right after to really absorb the healing properties of the stones itself. I have 2 different sessions to offer to you. If you do not have any stones at home, I will provide them to you and I will ship them to your home. So you have an option of purchasing a healing session with guided meditation designed uniquely for you and your condition. I will ship 7 stones to you so you can use them during healing session. The session will last 30 minutes, and healing stones, shipping, and the session with me is only $90. It's a beautiful investment that you can use over and over again. If you already have some stones at home, I will give you a remote crystal healing session, 30 minutes with me, where I will guide you through the healing. You will use the stones that you have at home. I will let you know how to use them, how to program them before session. If you are interested in this healing session, it's only $60, and you can purchase these sessions on my website, okay? So you can go to my website, alwaystheheart.com/book-online. I have 2 different types of healing with crystals. Book today, and I am going to start working with you and designing a unique healing session just for you. If you have any questions about this presentation, or if you have any questions about the healing stones, or how can they support you as you move through your healing journey, and how can you really resolve, and bring resolution to the emotions that are underlying your condition, contact me. Metaphysical anatomy sessions are available today to you. They're a beautiful way to really make quantum leaps in your healing. If you're feeling stuck in your healing, if you're feeling very crappy about having a condition, if these emotions that we are discussed today are resonating with you, this is something you feel, I am here to support you, and I am here to really show you that you can move forward, you can unstuck yourself, and healing is available to you. Thank you very much for paying attention. Have a good day.